Recording in progress.
Hello,
Hey Dennis. Hi
how are
everyone.
you?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Can you guys can you guys hear me and see me? Oh, there we are.
Yep.
Hey.
Hey,
Hello,
Benjamin.
everybody.
Hi, Benji.
Hi. Thanks for coming out on this.
Mhm.
You can always blame the weather.
Yeah, it really started coming down in the last hour.
Loving it.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
it really?
Need it.
It's hot here. It's very confusing. I packed like it was Colorado. And
Where are you?
Where are you at, Ariel? I forgot to ask.
I'm in Delaware, Pennsylvania, like
Oh,
going back and forth. So I'm in Pennsylvania right now.
mhm.
Yeah, it's been like 80 all week.
Really?
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Very discombobulated.
Yeah. I don't know that I want it to be 80. I'm okay with the cold.
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, once it's winter time, I'm ready
You
for
see,
it to be
Sean
winter.
is asking if he can see what videos off, video off and um, uh, mute, unmute. Can you talk to him or how do you, Sean?
Um,
There we go. He's on.
I just
Sean,
asked to unmute.
Hey guys,
Hey, Sean.
there we go.
this is my first time using Zoom, so I just downloaded it earlier.
Good.
And
You're doing a good job.
thank you.
Are we expecting Adam or
I don't
Kizen?
know. I sent out reminders to everybody. So there's Kizen.
Isn't here.
Kizen, you're muted on the bottom left corner.
Yeah,
There you go.
I got it. Yeah.
Hey, Kizen.
Well, we have a
Hi,
quorum.
everybody.
How are you doing, Kizen?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. I'm doing better every day.
Good.
Yeah, I'm planning on coming to the meeting on Tuesday. We'll see how long I last.
Well, you can always get on Zoom too. So
Well, I might do that. I'm sure it would feel great to get out of the house.
Yeah.
I bet.
kind of bringing up old memories a little bit from COVID. Just a little, except it's a bunch of new
Yeah,
people, which is
that's
great.
All
Well, let's start. Just call the meeting to order for Friday, November 8th, special meeting. And we'll have a roll call. Ariel,
Mayor Byron,
here.
Trustee Oglesby,
Here.
Trustee Pazuzny,
Here.
Trustee Manakis,
Here,
Trustee Lakai,
here.
and Town Clerk Blackwell.
Next is our vision statement. Since I have it up, I'll read it. It's historic Crestone, Colorado exemplifies small mountain town beauty in a sustainable community committed to multi-generational well-being. The town continues to celebrate its pioneering spirit and unique diversity through contemporary self-reliance. Crestone's goals are to enhance economic viability, environmental preservation, sustainable living practices, and social responsibility. Next, we have approval of agenda. Is there anything anybody wants to add, subtract, or make comments on? I would just say on A, there is no executive session. It's just, Ariel's asked by our attorney to put executive session on every agenda. So we will remove A and move everything up.
I move we approve the agenda as presented, with the notice that there won't be an executive session.
Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, Dana got it. All in favor?
Aye.
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 For motions, we can also put our hand up. It's sometimes easier to see. Next, we have citizens' comments. Hearing none, seeing none, we'll move on to new business. A is now removal of these 3 people from our 7 CDs. So I'll just go into what happened. I went to the bank and talked to the banker about our CDs, and she said, well, you can't do anything with the CDs until all these names are removed, but you need minutes in order to do that. And so we wanted to have, and the prices on the CDs are changing quickly. So she recommended that we just call a special meeting and have it approved, the minutes approved Monday or Tuesday at our next meeting, because, and then we can go forward and send them to her and get this all worked out. So there's Gwen Busby, Kyrena Danforth, and Diane Barstow is on all 7 CDs. So we need to remove them. The Kyrena one is under Catherine. That's her legal name. So all 3 are under those 3 names.
I would make
a motion to remove Gwen Busby, Catherine Danforth, and Diane Bairstow from all 7 CDs.
Is there a second?
Second.
Sean, thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Who was Gwen Busby and Diane Bairstow?
Gwen Busby was the former treasurer,
Okay.
and Diane was a trustee.
Okay, cool.
She was actually mayor pro tem.
Oh, I apologize.
Well, she was a trustee and then mayor pro tem. So it's, yes.
So as for putting new people on the CDs, I mean, should it, following the same format, should it be Benji, Adam, and Ariel?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our we don't really have the treasurer right now. Ariel is acting as
We can always, as we go forward, we can always do this again if we need to. It's just, we're trying to do this really right now just to get these CDs in new, get new CDs really. That's why we're doing it. So.
Well,
Benjamin,
there's-
So I would make the motion to go ahead and put the names of Benjamin Byer and Adam Kinney and Ariel Blackwell on the CDs.
Is there a second?
I
Second.
second.
Oh, Dennis, got it. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, unanimous for a quorum. Next is, so then we have to sell all 7 CDs. They come in 3 different packages. There's a general fund ones. I don't know if it's 2 for general fund, 2 for one, 2 for another, and 3 for another. I'm not sure which way it goes, but it's already set up as general, sewer, and water. And so we were going to put them back into those. It's just combine them into 1 CD each fund.
As opposed to having, so we would just have 3 instead of the 7.
Correct.
And we have to sell the 7 in order to get the higher rate.
Correct. We're getting absolutely nothing right now.
Nothing. Okay. And is it 5% a month for 10 months? Or just 5% over
It's
10
APR.
months?
It's just APR. So like
Okay.
now there is one that I saw that was 6.75% for 6 months.
Hmm.
So, but first we have to sell all the CDs to before we can rebuy new ones. So Kizen, yes.
Yeah, so I think a lot of times that unless there is a benefit for having, a higher amount in a CD, like you'll get better interest if it's 20,000 or 50,000. To me, it makes sense to keep the CDs smaller. That way, if you do have to cash them out for some reason, you're not getting as large of a penalty. So rather than having larger CDs, I'm wondering why you want to take 7 and turn them into 3.
That was a suggestion by the banker. Partly they're very short CDs, so it's a lot easier if you have 3. I mean, 6 months or 10 months are pretty short, and you're getting better interest rates for shorter right now because of that inverse thing that's happening where usually there's longer out gives you better rates, but in this case, shorter times give you even better rates. So we just have to decide if we want to, I think for the ease of it, we can always split them up, but for the ease of it right now, buying 3, but if you want to just sell all 7 and buy 7 new ones, that's fine too.
So since we're looking at 10 months, that's a shorter amount of time. I don't see necessarily where we might have an urgent need. Otherwise, I think keeping smaller CDs, that's what I personally do, so that you should come up against the wall and you need to break when you don't have the penalty. The other thing I want to send to you guys on the financial statement, and it might not be for these CDs that you're talking about right now, but when you're looking at other CDs, I'm on the Saguache County Library Board, and about a year and a half ago, we put a chunk of our money with what's called the Colorado Trust. And so we have the money there between San Luis Valley Federal, there's some in the Aventa Blue accounts, and then the Colorado Trust. And I would like to send over information to the Finance Committee about the Colorado Trust. And like I say, we took a chunk of the money and put it in there. They have some really good benefits. Right now, the library is receiving 5.4% interest on its CDs, and they don't have a penalty if they need to withdraw. So the Colorado Trust rep, when we took this action, first they sent us a whole bunch of material to review, and then a representative came and spoke before the board and answered all the questions, and then we made a decision to do this. So I'm really fine with what you're looking to do right now, but I noticed that you're talking about taking some money from the reserves, and this process of looking at the Colorado Trust, you might want to take a few months or whatever, but I'd like to send that information over to the board and have you guys take a look at it, because the Colorado Trust is designed for things like special districts, municipalities, this sort of thing for funding. So there was a lot of advantages to it.
Okay.
I
Dennis?
have a question. How much money in CDs are we talking about right now?
Right now, I think we have in total about 130 something thousand.
Okay.
That's my guess, but I'm not 100%. It's somewhere. I think Andrea sent over some stuff on the CDs. She's having problems accessing them because of the names being on them, and I don't know what happened if they get blocked out because of that, but she was asking for access, and I said, well, I don't know if we have access until we actually switch over the names. So, but she did send something. I haven't been able to see it. Do you know, Ariel? Oh, you're muted, Ariel.
Sorry, I can forward it to everyone right now if that helps. I saw it, but I didn't get to look at it.
Let's see if I can find it too. updated, let's see. There it
So
is.
these CDs would just be a little bit more than 40,000 each?
I think the general fund is like, they're all different. So we just have to see. Let's see if I can find them. Let's see. Banking, there's reference 3 CDs open. Was there an attachment that came with that? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, I just forwarded it to everyone.
Okay. So let's see. General fund CD. The general fund only has like 2,300.
Oh.
The water fund has 22,000 total, and the sewer has 58,000. But that does not include, I think, 3 more that she can't see.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right, Mario? I'm
Yeah.
seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, there's 7 there. 370. Maybe there's. Oh wait, is that right? She can't see, or is there just a total?
I see 7
You see 7 too? Yeah.
on the documents. Yeah.
9401 9396 is water. Let's see. I mean, you can see that we're earning very little interest from all of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see 7.
Do you know if the Federal Reserve's actions yesterday are going to change that rate of 5%?
Maybe. I think I'm not 100%, but they lock it in for a certain amount of time, and then it's just
Okay.
locked. But that's till next Friday.
Oh, okay. So I got it.
However, I was thinking that it might be a good idea to take more money that we have and put it into CDs. The 6, there's that 6.75%. That is 6.75% for, actually it's 6 months, not 5 months.
How much are you thinking?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if it was something that you could do for a whole year, if you took 100,000, that would be $6,750.
And we have in reserve, we have what, 600?
Well, minus the CDs, I think we have in reserve. I mean, we're supposed to have like a third of our is a third or a quarter of our total general fund budget in reserves.
I think
But
it's 25%.
it's all in the general fund. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Kizin?
I think it's 25%. I mean,
Right.
I'm not
3
totally
months.
sure, but it is 25%.
I think you can do either 4 months or 3 months. We chose 3 months.
Well, I like the idea of seeing the 6.75 percent and for 6 months. And I also would suggest that, we have some of those be in some bite-sized pieces. I don't know what total money you're talking about, but if you were saying 100,000, then I would do 4 at 25. I mean, I think it's important to have access to that money, and the bank shouldn't have any problem with doing that unless they have a minimum amount to be able to get that 6.75.
Well, actually, now I'm looking at it. I might be wrong on this. I think this is actually a line of credit that they're offering, not a CD. I thought it was a CD. So I think it's just 5% at 5% for 10 months is what it is.
And is everything going to mature? Everything would mature at the same date then?
Correct. And is that okay? I was thinking it would buy us some time, but we can still look for other things. And then, I don't know what the interest rates are going to be in 10 months.
No, I don't know either.
5% is more than they've ever given for a long time. It's pretty uncommon to see that. I don't think anybody's seen that for a while. We all know that, like, if you invest your own money, you can make a lot more than that, right, Sean?
Yeah.
So may I suggest that we deal with one decision item E?
Correct. Yes.
Individually, and let's do that one and then move on
Okay.
to the others. But yeah, let's make the ones that we're cashing in, making the vote to do that. And you're wanting to do those as 3 CDs? You said one of them only had the general fund, only has 2.
No, we have to sell all 7.
Right.
So
And then-
they're all pretty much coming to expiration, most of them. I don't know if there's much left on them.
But then you
So-
want to rebuy as just 3 CDs.
We
And
can do
not
whatever the board pleases. It's not really, I was just suggesting that because the banker suggested that, but we can do it any way you guys want.
But I don't know what the amounts are.
They're,
What they individually are. If we're still looking at having those CDs tagged to a certain account. So water and sewer and, water, sewer, general fund, they're gonna still be earmarked for those particular accounts.
right.
the general fund one, there's only there's like $300 in one of the CDs and 2,000 in another one. So it seems like that could be 1 CD.
Yeah.
Instead of 2.
Right.
Is it
So-
unreasonable to think we just take and divide the total into 3 different accounts? Or, because we don't have an enterprise for the water and sewer anymore. It's really everything is in general.
Correct.
But identify it in those 3, but just divide it up equally. I don't
Well,
know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. I think we should just sell all 7 and get a new interest rate no matter what. So that's the decision right now, is just to sell all 7, and then we can decide how we want to rebuy them.
Okay, so I'd make a motion that we sell the 7 CDs identified on the bank list.
Okay. Is there a second?
I second.
Okay, any more? Yes,
For-
Jason?
For discussion, even though we don't have the enterprise fund, I think it could be good for us in knowing what money is sort of earmarked for, if we still kept some of those CDs to say, okay, this is a water money, this is a sewer money, this is a general fund money.
Mhm.
Just for tracking it going into the future. I just don't know the repercussions at the moment of, throwing all the money into the same pot. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't throw it all in the same pot. I'm saying divide it up equally in thirds.
Yeah, I'm just saying that if we have something that's labeled as for the water fund, and we have CDs now that's labeled as a sewer fund, it seems to me we might want to keep that designation for
Sure.
those CDs.
Well, again, let's stick with the D and agree to sell them, pay any penalties, because we're not getting anything much on them anyways. So, and then we can move on to how we want to rebuy them.
Okay,
So is there any more discussion on selling them? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now we can talk about how we want to distribute them. Because if you have the email, you can see what they are. Now I don't think she's showing all of the actual, like she can't see the transactions, but she can see the what do you call it? The totals. So for the first two general fund, there's one for $336, which, you know,
I mean, if we did like Dennis was saying, when you total them all up, it's $82,559. And then if we split that,
wait one sec though. I'm
Yeah.
seeing balance. If you look, it's showing the amount of the interest. Is that right? But balance, it's showing like 6,200 on one, and then 46,000 in the other. Is that right?
where are you?
That's what I
Page
was
one.
saying.
Page one.
It's the
There's-
far right column.
Far right column.
Okay. Balance. Yeah.
So that one actually beginning.
Is what I'm
On the as 6,201. Is that right? You guys see that?
I do see what you're talking about.
And here it's just showing instead of
Yeah, then why does it say 300 and okay, so that's just how much interest has been.
correct.
That's what that
interest.
number is.
Yep.
That's how much interest has been accrued.
But then on the next one, it's actually showing the totals.
So it's just the general fund. It's
Just the
just
general fund
it's
is
just
showing
missing
just
some data.
what's that?
So yeah, it's just the general fund is missing that total number.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, it's actually got
More than we thought.
52,400 or so.
Right.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
So
And then the other ones are right, 22 and 58.
I have a question
Yeah.
or a comment. It's been brought up at board meetings a number of times that the general fund owes the water department $70,000. I'm not suggesting we take all of that money and put it into the water and sewer fund, but a portion of it. Does that seem reasonable to everyone in an effort to pay back that $70,000 or part of the $70,000?
I'm sorry, Dennis, can you repeat what you said?
I don't know if I could. It's been brought to our attention a number of times at board meetings that $70,000 from the water and sewer fund had been put into the general fund.
I
And
see.
if we were to take a portion, in other words, divide it up into thirds and take, because the third of that, of the total would be about approximately a little over $27,000 each. So that would take some money out of the general fund and split it into the water and sewer and not pay back the 70,000, but pay back a portion of it.
However, there's two things. One is that we don't really have a water and sewer fund anymore. It's all together anyways. And so that's one thing. And so, I mean, even though we could put it into general fund into the sewer and sewer fund or whatever, split it, just for, the looks of it.
That's really all it would be. Yeah. Time. I guess I made it was correct or near to be correct.
Okay.
If, and I don't know, maybe I'm reaching out here too far, but if we were ever to try to reclaim that enterprise status of the water and sewer, it would be nice to have that cleaned up and that little extra money in there. But it's not a big deal. It was just a comment, a question. And I think any way we go about this, as long as we
Okay. I mean, the easiest thing to do would be to just rebuy everything in CDs that are based on exact what we already have. So all 7 would just be new CDs. The other option is to just combine the general, combine the sewer, combine the water, and get a CD for each. So it doesn't really matter to me. It's just they're all going to expire on the same date. So it's not like, one's long than another. So in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. We can always split it up later. Yes, Kizen?
Yeah, I like the idea of taking general fund and combining, and the water fund and combining, the sewer fund and combining it, and still keeping that designation, at least for now, and combining them into 3 CDs, unless we see that one of those are a substantial amount of money, like 80,000 or something. You might want to divide it in half into 240,000 ones, just so if we do need access, we're not suffering a penalty. But other than that, I think that's fine.
I mean,
and I would leave it myself up to the finance committee to sit down with the final details and.
Yeah, I don't think we have that time, Kizen. I don't think we have enough time to do that.
Okay, well then, so let's hear a motion on something here, so we can move along here.
My motion?
Yeah, I mean, do you want to make a decision here? Let's do it.
I say we just keep it the same as 3, or just keep it general sewer water for now. And then in 10 months, we can decide how we want to do it. If next year, if we decide we want to go back and try to get enterprise status we won't get it for this year, but it would be for 2026, then we would just have to go forward and do that.
One last question. Do you know how old these CDs are?
Let's see. It says on there, some of them are old, I think.
Then I'm willing to bet that they're divided into 3 because at that time, the town still had the enterprise status for water and
So
sewer.
the first one is 06.
Oh, yeah.
06. Those 2. It doesn't rate, but let's see. So 06. And then the next one is 07. And the next one is 12, 07, and 08. The sewer.
So
Yeah.
motion.
Any more questions? All in favor?
Bye.
know anything about time. I mean, you have an opinion, you a little bit, but
I'm unsure with the elections and everything.
seems like 5% is a nice mid-range. You
It
know,
may raise 0.5% eventually, a few months, but that doesn't really make too much of a difference.
you make what?
They may raise it 0.5% again in a few months, but that doesn't make too big of a difference.
Right. So,
I'll send everybody over to Ariel and she can send it to everybody, on the Colorado Trust. And this is something the board could then explore. And like I say, the library, we went with it there, because not only was the rate, but it also, you can cash out a CD without penalty. And it's also geared towards special districts, municipalities, governmental kind of things, the Colorado Trust. And
Kism, what is the rate that they're paying now on what you're talking about?
I'll send you the information. We could
Okay.
always have them from the representative come and talk to the board, and you could ask them all the questions. And but I'll get you enough that you could do it. It's kind of almost like a credit union for
Right.
government agencies, kind of deal. So if there's nothing,
okay, is there?
Second.
Oh, Dennis got it. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out on.
nice seeing everybody.
Sorry, can you repeat that motion? My computer froze.
Which one?
Wow.
The last one was just to adjourn.
Oh, it was just to adjourn. Okay.
That was just to adjourn. We're out of here.
We're out of here.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Enjoy
everybody.
the snow.
Yep.
Aye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Later,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.